Ravens flock, the flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. So the Ravens just finished day 10 of training camp. It was a hot one today. There are no new key absences, so that's good news. But Ben Cleveland did leave practice early. Harbaugh said he took a shot to the head, so I'm guessing he's just in a concussion protocol, or they're just evaluating to make sure that he's all good, but it doesn't seem like anything serious. A lot of guys were struggling with the heat today. Harbaugh ended up ending the practice a little bit earlier because of that. Today's practice was won by the defense. We've been hearing a lot of offensive positivity over these last few practices since Lamar's came back. Earlier on, it was all defense. But defense stepped back up today. I guess Lamar struggled a little bit with the deep ball connection with some guys. His connection with Bateman's still not super strong, which obviously makes sense. I mean, these guys have not had a ton of time, so I don't really care if I see a report where they're like, oh, the connection needs work. Obviously, it needs work. I mean, they haven't practiced nearly as much as Lamar has with some other guys. So I think if they're both on the practice field by the end of training camp, by the time the regular season's here, they should have had some time to build some chemistry and really get a strong connection going. So I'm hopeful. You know what I mean? But as of right now, still not a super strong connection according to reports. Lamar did have a big play to Tylan Wallace, who caught the ball between two defenders and scored a touchdown. And Roger Rosengarten, right tackle, second-round pick that we drafted this year, got his first look with the ones. So he was our starting right tackle today in practice. Harbaugh said that he's been earning it. And that's a great sign. I mean, that is definitely what you want to see from the young guy. I was not surprised that he wasn't tossed in as the starter immediately. They've been running Makari out there a lot. Makari can play any role. He's been running a lot of right tackle during this training camp, but he really can play anywhere on the line. We've seen that throughout the years. But I just think it's a great sign that Roger is already with the ones. I'm not saying he'll always stay there, but just the fact that he's been doing so well to get that look is a very encouraging, positive sign that he's going to do well.
Roger's been great. You know, he's really immersed in the meetings, really locked in at practice. He's a pro, working to get better every day. I like what I'm seeing, so he's gonna get it done. He's gonna have a chance.
I'd say right guard might be the most open line position at this point. I really think Roger's going to win that right tackle spot. If not Roger, then they're going to go with Makari. But I really think that Makari's best served in that six-man role. You can play him anywhere. And then at left guard, you got Vorhees, which I think he's pretty much locked in there. He's definitely not officially locked in there, but just the other vets raving about him. You had Michael Pierce saying the other day he was going to be really good. Yes, he injured himself at the combine, but he spoke on it today in the media saying that the Ravens invested in him. You know, he was a little bit of a project since he was injured. They invested a draft pick in him, and they invested resources last year, you know, letting him use the facility, their trainers, to develop and rehab and get back to a point where he was able to be the guy that he was in college.
It was an investment for sure, right? Just not knowing with my injury and it being so late in the process, in reference to the whole draft process. So yeah, it was beyond grateful when I got the call from Mr. DaCosta and the Baltimore Ravens decided to select me as one of their choices. Again, they poured into me all last year, and I gave them everything I had, and just felt like the foundation that I built for myself and just the belief and the work ethic I had with everyone on staff in our weight room, in our training room, and even our position coaches and stuff, just felt like it all has paid dividends. and I'm forever indebted and grateful to this organization for believing in me and giving me a shot.
As I said earlier, the defense won today. Kyle Hamilton made a crazy play on Mark Andrews. Kyle also had some one-on-ones with Isaiah Likely and did not allow a catch. So I'm not surprised by any of this. Kyle Hamilton's an absolute superstar. I think that this is what he should be doing, making plays like this. But it does speak volumes because Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely are not scrubs. I mean, these are top tight ends in the league, especially Mark Andrews. So the fact that Kyle's making plays on guys like that, he can make plays on anybody. And this secondary is just absolutely stacked. We got some insight today from Jeff saying that Jalen Armour-Davis had another strong day, and he said that he has risen more than anybody in this entire training camp. And if he continues to develop into a really good player, I mean, it just adds to how stacked this secondary is, especially this cornerback room. We've never been this deep. There might be a few guys that we really like that just aren't able to stay on this team, like a Pepe Williams or someone like that, because I mean, this room is absolutely stacked. And then hearing that Jalen Armour-Davis is taking leaps like this. And another guy I wanted to talk about on defense that I just don't talk about enough is Malik Harrison. He does not get enough love. This guy has been a rock for us on defense. He's not a superstar. He doesn't, flash off the screen all the time, but he does a lot of dirty work. He's super versatile. He can play special teams. He has just really been the perfect depth piece for us at linebacker.
Malik is that guy, same almost like Pat on the other side. He plays inside backer, both of them. He plays outside backer in our base package. He plays defensive end also in our sub packages. He plays every special team. Very valuable player, and I see him playing all those positions during the season, just as it comes up. But he's done a great job. Really, really proud of Malik.
Jumping back to the offense before we get out of here today, Justice Hill spoke to the media, and it really got me thinking about what type of role is he going to have in the beginning of the season, and how does that role change through the end of the season as we see maybe Rasheen Ali develop and get more time. We also have Keaton Mitchell coming back. Is that going to impact Justice Hill's role, or is he in for a pretty key role this year? Because if it's just Derrick Henry and Justice Hill and then Ali, I really think Justice Hill's in for a huge role then. I mean, he's going to be our main pass catching back. He's going to be the immediate relief for Derrick Henry whenever he needs a sub. So I think Justice Hill's in for a big year. He's earned it, and he's really developed season after season, man. I mean, last year he looked like a different player. He was battling injuries there for a little bit. I thought he was going to lose some of that explosiveness and quickness, and he just didn't. If anything, he just looks better, honestly. He's very quick, very explosive.
The evolution of Justice as a player is that this guy has become a starting back in the National Football League. I mean, if you watch him play, look at the championship game. He is a high caliber running back. So to have him along with Derrick, along with young guys, I think it's really great. And he's going to give us a little different style than Derrick Henry. So I see him as a starter. I think he's going to play a lot and kind of do it his way.
That's it for today, guys. Preseason is right around the corner next Friday night. I can't wait. The season shortly after that. So we're getting here, man. We're getting here. I appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim there where the sense can't tame the untamed.